Hello humans! How do we escape this paradigm where we were taught and programmed to work really hard for money, and if we don't work hard then we don't earn money, and we were taught to do the things that we're really good at for free for some reason. It's like if you're good at it, you do it for free. If you're bad at it and you don't like it, then you get paid a lot of money to do it. It's like, who designed this stuff, you know? Like, certainly I didn't design this. And so we're changing the paradigm. Like, the MOJO paradigm is I get to earn more money than ever before through my joy. Like, this is the MOJO paradigm. This is the MOJO way, okay? I get to earn more money than ever before through joy. When I do things and I'm in my joy, I earn more money. And this is the thing. When you believe that, it becomes your reality, right? As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So as you begin to believe with me that the things that you do that bring you joy also bring you money, the more you're going to start to see that reality occur in your life. The more that reality is going to become your life experience. The more you believe something, the more it becomes true for you, the more you manifest it, the more you see it in your reality, the more it comes, the more it perpetuates. And all of a sudden you're like, Maddie, I don't know what's going on, but when I'm so happy and I'm in my joy, like, I earn money too. And I'm like, no way. We're in week number 3 of the Thinking into Results Mastermind with round 1. And it's so cool because in the mastermind, every single woman that's in there right now is in this transitional space of going from working money through the hard way to following their joy and earning more money than they could ever imagine. Like, every single woman in round 1 of Thinking into Results is in this phase of letting go of like an old job or an old thing or corporate or something and stepping into their very own online business where they're going to learn how to monetize their joy. And Marcella is one of them. I'm so excited. And so it's just so cool just to see, you know, once you set your intention on something and once you decide to serve a certain kind of person, they just show up. Like, they just show up. They just come out of the woodwork and they're like, where have you been my whole life? I want to work with you. And I'm just so honored to be able to lead these women and whoever's on these like live streams as well to earning more money through joy, so that you can truly create a life of time freedom, financial freedom, and do what you love, right? No longer is it hustle, grind, and hard work until you croak. We're creating a new MOJO paradigm, and that paradigm is the more joy I experience, the more money I earn. That's the MOJO paradigm. Say it with me. The more joy I experience, the more money I earn. The more joy I experience, the more money I earn. The more joy I experience, the more money I earn. The more I'm in my joy, the more money makes its way to me. The more I'm in my joy, the more money makes its way to me. I say yes to doing things that I love because I know that doing things that I love, I get well compensated. And it's not that I'm attached to it like that. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to say yes to this because I love it, because it earns me money. No. It's just this understanding of this really beautiful relationship that you get to have with your work and your money. The word worship literally means to work, serve, the word worship means to work, serve, and I think pray. One other word. It's like work, service, and prayer. Work, service, and prayer. Google it. It's work, worship, work, service, and something else. But the word worship, like to worship, in religious like terms, it means like I worship a god and I'm like beneath a god, right? Like I worship down to you. But the real word, the definition of the word worship is to literally work, serve, and pray. And at some point in time, we separated those 3 words and it became hard work. You go to church to worship, and you pray when things are bad. And we started to separate those three things when really it's one word. And to worship a God doesn't mean to be like, I'm under you, you're bigger than me, I can't do anything, I have to wait on you. To no. When I'm worshiping, it means I'm serving God by doing what God wants me to do through my body into the physical world. I am living out the design that God planted within me that I can feel through my desire. I am serving people in God's work, so I'm doing God's work here on planet Earth by serving others, because that's the work of God. And I'm praying, and I'm not just praying for help, please help me. I am affirming and doing my part in co-creating the most magical experience for myself here on Earth. I am worshiping Source. So you can see how in normal circles, religious circles, when they say, I worship God, it's a different meaning than what we just discussed. And if you really want to worship Source, worship consciousness, worship God, then you'll find a way to serve God, you'll find a way to pray to God, and you'll find a way to work with God. The way that you do that is allowing Him to work through you. I promise you that Source God did not say you've got to grind every single day of your life to earn this thing that humans made up called money so that you can live a good life on Earth. No. God says, I'm your supply. Learn how to work with me so that I can work through you, and everything will be given to you, right? As it is in heaven, it is on earth. You sow what you reap. Yes, Troy. Hi, Rena. Hi, Troy. Welcome. Hi, Natalie. Welcome. So worship takes on this new meaning, and for the love of love, what I was going to talk about today is now gone, and we're going to have to talk about it tomorrow, because I really love the conversation that we're in right now, which is, how are you worshiping Source? How are you worshiping God? Tharifa, we are collectively oneness. Yes, the law of divine oneness. That's also in Universal Law Academy. The law of divine oneness. We are all one. We're all part of the same thing. We're all from the same thing, and we're all going back to the same thing. And if we're all one, then our inner purpose is to help oneness elevate in consciousness. Like, the reason why we're all here is to help mankind elevate or ascend, if you want a better word. And so if you look at your life, it's like, how are you worshiping Source? How are you worshiping God? Whatever word feels better to you. How are you serving God? Like, what are you doing to feel like you're doing God's work? And it's different for everybody, right? I happen to work with youthful entrepreneurs and helping them create money through joy and create businesses beyond their wildest dreams so that they can have a really big impact here on Earth and help humanity ascend. That's mine, and I've found it over time, a lot of time of praying and thinking and trying and failing and doing all the things. Everyone has their own inner calling. Everyone has their own bigger life's purpose. In fact, actually, my Thinking into Results friends, if you're in round 1, we're doing our life's purpose exercise this Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, where I take them through this process of discovering what their life's purpose is, and within an hour, like, they leave with it. It's just absolutely incredible. Marcella, I'm so excited. Amanda said, by choosing my highest joy moment to moment. Yes! It's choosing your highest joy moment to moment. And some people may read that and be like, oh, well, you can't just walk around and follow fun all the time. Like, that's irresponsible. It's irresponsible to follow your fun, to follow your joy. So long as it's moral, ethical, and legal, choosing your joy moment to moment makes more sense than most things that anybody could ever say to you. Someone who says, you can't just do that, that's irresponsible. I'd be like, oh yeah? Do you like the life that you're living? How's that working out for you? Choosing things that you don't like to do time and time again. there's a different way of living. The MOJO paradigm is different than most paradigms that we grew up with. Normal, right, world paradigm says you have to work hard in order to earn money. MOJO paradigm says you have to follow your joy. The more you follow your joy, the more you earn money. Worldly paradigm says you have to work for 40 years in one thing, retire and croak. MOJO paradigm says you never retire. As long as you find your joy, you'll do it until the day that you croak. Worldly paradigm says your job is the thing that gives you money. You have to be good at your job and be good with the government because they're the ones that give you the money. MOJO paradigm says God is my source of supply. The universe is my source of supply. I don't rely on any one person or job or boss to pay me. The universe, God is my source of supply. That's the MOJO paradigm. It's a different way of living. It's a different way of seeing the world. It's a different lens. But as you begin to believe it, as you begin to come around to it, as you begin to adopt it as your own beliefs, it becomes true for you. Hey, Amber girl. It becomes... Amber, are you in Austin? I forget. I'm going to Austin soon. If you're there, we've got to see each other. The more you believe it, the more it becomes true for you, the more it becomes your life experience, right? That's how San Antonio, dang it, I think that's far. And the more it starts to become your life experience, the more it starts to become this perpetual creation of your new reality, your new way of living, right? For example, when I didn't believe that I could earn money through having fun, I didn't. And if I had fun, I actually lost money because I believed, because the worldly paradigm is, oh, when you're having fun, you're blowing money. When you're having fun, you're being irresponsible, right? When you're having fun, you're spending money. Oh my gosh, okay, 45 minutes, let's do it. Yay! And I saw that time and time again in my reality, like over and over and over again. I would go have fun, and I'd come back from the weekend or come back from a trip and be like, oh, I have to start over. Like, oh, I have to rebuild. Oh, I'm down. Oh, I lost this much money. And at some point in my life, I said, and it wasn't that long ago, it was probably like 3 years ago, I decided, no. When I travel, I earn more money than I earn when I'm not traveling. When I have fun, I earn more money because I'm in a higher vibration, because I'm having fun. I'm more magnetic, and therefore I attract more money to me. And so I started to create these new beliefs for myself that I will now give to you and say it's the MOJO paradigm. And once you begin to believe these beliefs, and right, so I started impressing them upon my subconscious mind. I started saying them all the time. I started getting excited about, imagine, like, can I just imagine if I was traveling to, Paris and New York and doing all these things, and as I was traveling, because I was in that higher frequency, a higher vibration, I became more magnetized to all the things that I've been asking for, and my vortex just opened, and when I'm traveling and having fun, things just come into my life when I least expect them, and it's just this magical experience. I was like, yeah, I can get behind that. I can imagine that. That's fun for me. Like, I want to believe that. I want that to be my reality. And so, even though it took a little while for it to bear fruit, right, for it to be projected in my reality, because there's a little bit of a lag time always, I still wanted it, and I got excited about it, and I was like, I'm on the plane right now, and money's coming in, and I'm on the plane right now, and things are happening, and my work doesn't require me to be there at all times. People can just buy whenever they want, and they can go search for things whenever they want, and I have links all over the internet, and la 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 la, right? All these things are happening. And I'll never forget, we took a trip almost 3 years ago to date to New York. It was the first time I was ever on a private jet. I did not pay for it. A friend invited me on it. We went to New York to see a Broadway show. And we stayed in this gorgeous hotel, although most hotel rooms in New York are tiny, so the hotel rooms weren't that big, but it was really nice. It was very like vintage and like nostalgic feeling. I went to this Broadway show, and I remember being like, this is my chance. This is where it's all going to happen. I'm going to go on this trip. I'm going to spend what I'm going to spend. I'm going to have the fun I'm going to have. I'm going to live free. I'm going to have fun. I'm not going to worry. And when I get back, I'm going to have even more money than when I left. And I'm not even working. Now, worldly paradigm would say, how? That's impossible. All you're doing is spending money. You're not working actively, so how is money going to come in? MOJO paradigm says the more fun I have, the more money I earn. The more joy I have, the more joy I experience, the more money I earn. And so I had the time of my life. And I think that weekend, just off of traveling and posting about it and having fun with it and sharing about it, I think that weekend, ended up being like a 20 or 30K weekend at that time. Have to get the exact numbers, but I was like, what? This is magical! I didn't even sell. I didn't even get on a sales call. I didn't even like ask anyone to buy. I didn't even, and all of a sudden like, I'm in, and I'm like, woohoo! I love this for us. More money through joy. Now I'm embodying it. Now people are starting to get it. Now people want it. They also want to experience it. More money through joy. More money through joy. More money through joy. And it was that weekend that solidified it for me, and I never turned back after that. I never again after that would sacrifice potential gain for less joy. Never again. And when I did, the universe reminded me very quickly, slapped me upside the head, and said, get back in your place. You don't earn money through struggle and hard work. You earn money through joy. Be an example. And I said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Take all my money. Punish me. And I learned so much because I faltered, right? I started to see entrepreneurs doing this, entrepreneurs doing that. If you want to earn multiple millions a month, then you're going to have Facebook ads, and you're going to have funnels, and you're going to have hard strategies, and you're going to have this. And I started saying, oh my God, okay, 6 figures in my first month, and now I'm going to hire in all these things and bring in all these things and create this big corporation. The exact reason why I left my previous experience. I'm going to create it again for myself because I need to prove myself. I need to get there. And I put aside my joy, and I put aside my alignment, and I left source, and I dove into strategy. And I dove into my human self, and I dove into hard work, and I dove into the grind. What happened? My belief was now I earn money through joy. And all of a sudden, I wasn't in my joy. If your subconscious mind believes that you earn money through joy, and all of a sudden you're not in your joy, what happens? No more money coming in! Burnout! Yes, Tharifa, burnout. I was like a deflated balloon. I was like a dead fish dying on the tarmac. On the dock. I don't know how a fish would get on a tarmac unless it fell out of a cargo plane. And so money went away. I started getting anxiety every time I got on my team calls. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be here. I hate my own team. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate them. I hated it. Like, I hated the process that I created. And all of a sudden I was in my own freaking prison. Can anyone relate? Like, I had created this whole prison around me, and I was like, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. And I realized so fast, and I'm so grateful for that lesson, because now I can teach it and I can share it and I can help you not do that. Because you don't need the funnels, and you don't need the ads, and you don't need all this stuff that you think you need. You need your alignment. You need your joy. And people start to work with me. They're like, okay, Maddie, what do I do? And I'm like, I don't know. What's in your heart? Oh, okay, well, tell me what to write for my sales page. Tell me what to make for a course. Tell me, I don't know. What's in your heart? I help you align with you so that you can tap into your own guidance system. My guidance system isn't going to do shit for you. I help you tap into your own guidance system so that you can receive your own inspired action, so that you can create your own magic here on earth. Not my magic. I don't want a million me's. I want 11,111 people who become millionaires through joy and their own alignment, and they create their own magic on earth. I don't want 11,111 replicas. That's not going to change the world. How do you find your own alignment with Source? Your own inspired action, your own direct line to communication, to all the answers that you've ever wanted and asked for. Was it yesterday? I was in a mastermind the other day, and someone used this analogy, and I told him, I said, hey, I'm gonna use that. And he said, it's like being connected to the vine. It's like being a grape on a vine. When the grape's not on its vine, it begins to die. Slowly it begins to die. But when it's on the vine, it's connected to what? It's connected to Source. It's connected to everything that it needs to thrive. The grape gets picked off the vine, it immediately, slowly starts to die. So I'm like, where's my vine? Get me back on my vine. I need my vine, right? It's like, oh my God. And so when you feel like you're not in your power and you feel like, I don't want to show up to my own business. I don't want to show up to my own team meeting. I don't want to show up to my own sales team call because I don't even like selling like that. You're off the vine. Get back on the vine. Get back on the vine. Find your vine. Go reconnect. Go center yourself. Go find your alignment and then make a decision. And then decide what you're going to do. I got so far off the freaking vine that Source started sending me so much problems that I didn't want. When you've got a lot of stuff coming your way, it's a good indicator that you're off the vine. When you've got weird, sketchy things starting to occur in your experience here, you're off the vine. I love you, Julissa. Oh my God, yes, I've been going through this the last couple of weeks. Source is definitely showing me that I need to get back to joy. That makes me so happy, Astrid. Get back on the vine! Get back on the vine! It reminded me of the movie The Notebook when he's like, what do you want? What do you want? Get back on the vine. Get back on the vine. I am on one today. I didn't even have coffee this morning. I get back in my vortex anytime there's distraction. Yeah, life is gonna be life. Hi, Celeste. Things are gonna happen, things are gonna occur. But if they're projecting in your own physical experience, go get back on the vine. Go find your vine again. Go connect. When you're connected, magic happens, right? When I'm connected to my own vine, magic happens. When I've got my direct line of communication open with Source, I receive magic. I receive inspired action. I receive ways to do things that no one's ever done before that's going to transcend timelines. And then people are going to be like, how did you do it? And I'm going to say, you've got to connect to the vine. Okay, yeah, but you made this program and you sold this many programs and this is how you did it. My vine gave me that direction. You've got to find your vine. You've got to connect to your vine. My direction isn't your direction. It may be similar. I may inspire you to your own vine, but my vine is not your vine. My direction is not your direction. My way is not necessarily your way, but I can help you find your way. I can help you find your vine. I can tell you what it feels like to be on the vine and what it feels like not to be on the vine. I can tell you what communication's coming from the vine and what communication's not coming from the vine. I need to send you more coffee. Tharifa, I have so many. Don't send me more. I have so many. Okay, angels, so your play work for today is to ask yourself, do I know what it feels like to be connected to my vine? Do I know what it feels like to not be connected to my vine? Can I see areas or experiences that I've had in my lifetime where I was really connected to the vine and really not connected to the vine. And what was different between those experiences? Why was one different than the other? What can I learn from what I know what it feels like to be connected and when I know what it feels like to not be connected? How can you start to connect to your vine more and more and more so that you begin to receive your own communication from source so that you can transcend timelines and create more money than you've ever experienced in your lifetime through joy?